Talk about badminton right now, the first edition of the Southwest Governors, let's just say Lagos Governors Southwest Badminton Championship ended at the weekend, and of course over 100 players participated. And at the end of the day, you got the winners right there. It was actually an interesting tournament. Irene, our producer, covered all through the tournament and saw some young lads, actually demonstrating why, badminton is a sport that we'd actually need to support. At Lagos State, Gordon Olofwa, he was the one who showed some stamina, was able to resolve to become the champion in the men's singles category. He fought over Habib Bello of Oyo State. It was a 2-1 major score. Why? Another champion, talking about Tosin Davis from Ogun State. Also, she was short of energy, but she lost to Zainab Momo. And that was 1-2 in the female category. So you have Zainab Momo and, of course, Gordon Olofwa. These are the champions you're having in the male and female category in the tournament.
Cecilia, the organizers, they have tagged it a tournament of revelation. Tayo, that's what we keep saying. When you do a competition and bring upcoming talent, you bring kids, you bring players in different categories, there's no way you will not discover talent.
Of course.
And for badminton, that has not been giving us so much to talk about, this is heartwarming.
Exactly, very heartwarming. We had Francis here on Thursday, last week, and he said, this is what we're about. We're just trying to, we just want to keep promoting the game. We want to keep developing it. The Lagos Classics, unfortunately, wasn't going to happen. And what did they do? They came up with another championship. And that's the way it should be done. That's why these administrators, they have a lot of responsibilities. They need to step up to the plate, and that's exactly what they've done. So this is very laudable.
Okay, we just listen to the players, how happy they are, because when you look at it, some of them actually went home with prize money, about 150,000 naira for Godwin and Zena, which was a good one, 100,000 for the second place and 75,000 for the third place. The under 15 boys and girls had to go home with badminton rackets, bags, and other play materials for their continued growth. We just listened to the players, how happy they felt being able to participate in the first edition of the Lagos Southwest Badminton Championship.
Well, to me, I'll be thanking God that individuals have been interfering in the game, one way or the other, supporting in their, according to their capability, and especially our chairman and to Mr. Bayastrop. I really thank them because they have been my most backbone since all this while. So they have been the ones supporting and motivating me right from the beginning. But badminton in Nigeria as a whole, I'm just saying we are not really moving forward because there haven't been much tournaments around to play and to improve the standard of the game in Nigeria. But I'm hoping that with current situation and the people behind the scene, we should be able to get more developments in the game.
To this Southwest, I think is a good thing. We thank our governor for doing this because in terms of this country, the way this country is now, is not as friendly as the way we think it is. It's not easy to bring out money, and you organizing a competition is not just something that is too encouraging like that, because there is no money. So everybody's holding here and there to get money. But we really appreciate him for doing this to us. We are trying. We are trying because we are not at the high top of it because we can't compare our economy with the other countries, and so it's a gradual thing. We will get it. I believe we'll get it. By the time we start from grassroots, and which I believe Lagos State have started doing that, because in a couple of months they've started doing some competitions for secondary school. I think in about last month they finished School Olympics in Lagos State, and with what Lagos State is doing right now, I think I'm saying in the next 2 or 3 years, Lagos State will be the best in this nation. It
was really great playing with the senior players. At least that'll be a source of me improving in my game, because when you play with your junior ones, because you're always above them and you won't get that motivation to train hard. But when you come out for major tournaments like this, it's going to give you that boost. Because you're meeting tougher players and you want to go the extra mile, so make sure you defeat them later in the future. Maybe not today, but someday I hope that I'll do that. This is the #1 Governors Cup in the tournament. It has really been fun. because badminton is a sport that is not known globally. That's not known in Nigeria. So hosting tournaments like this would be like a major boost in giving the sport some exposure. So it's really good. It's really great. At least if the governor can host a tournament like this once a year, at least we're going to get some grassroots developments in badminton, and we're going to produce players that is going to represent us in the Olympics some years after. So it's really been great. It's been great. Thank you.
Coming from those guys, of course, they're actually happy that Lagos State is doing something wonderful. The first, from Southwest, and maybe, hopefully, you can have more across the country, whereby you have these players have the opportunity to actually compete among themselves, and who knows what's going to happen from there. Austin?
The MPFL Super 4.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a champion, Rivers United, and at the start of the show, I said it, even last week, I was saying with the sort of preparations they've been having, that's the team to watch this season.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. I mean, when the coach was saying, I'm going to have differentiating 11, I was like, no, not the coach, actually talking about it. When I'm talking about Imama now, when he says he's going to have, different players and all that, trying to test all his players, I felt, okay, they're not really ready. Are they really after the title? No. They just use it as a, a bedrock, kind of test all the players and see what's going to happen in the Champions League and also next season. But Rivers United has to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And we're standing in Guma talking after it was saying that, look, some, or rather all the clubs that were in the Super 4 last season are not even in the top 4. They're not here. Nassau, Eimba, all of them. Wow. They're not here. So it tells you that Aqua United, who actually got it, I mean, we're struggling to avoid relegation and all that. So it tells you that your winning Super 4 is obviously not, it doesn't put you in that high pedestal. So all you need to do, you've won it, fine. You need to work harder so that your players will not feel override. You can actually go ahead and get the best from next season.
I know, Tayo, what this does for me and other football fans in the country is that we will continue to see the level of competition we saw last season. Yeah. Remember, the title went down the wire, and the guys that got us talking, they are still playing good football.
Exactly. I mean, it looks that way. If you just have a look at how the log ended, very close. The winner, 6 points. Second place, 5, 4, 1. So
what happened to you about 1 point?
Yeah, well, that's what it got. So for them now, it just tells them they're not ready. It tells them there's a lot of work to be done for them to actually, consolidate on what they did last year. So I think it's going to be another very competitive league in the Nigerian professional scene.
That's right.
That's what it's going to be.
The Professional Football League will get us talking when it starts this season, because we've already seen some good plays in the MPFL Super 4. We're hoping that that level of competition will continue. Sports this morning on Channels Television. We will go on a quick break now, take a breather. When we come back, there's so much to talk about, particularly we've started the assessment of 2016. What didn't we do right for sports? You listen to the Minister for Youth and Sports, and then the President of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation will be seated here. Don't go anywhere. Stay.